you know, recent form probably made you shy off a couple of them. The Quinella 70
racing in the cream too, Billy. You've got a couple.
72.80. Exacta 190.90. The trifecta on 7, 6 and 5, $640.50, and the running double 13 and 7, 95.80. And if you're in this quaddie, you might be in for a pretty decent dividend, I'm tipping. All right, 4 minutes to the park, 3 minutes actually before we head to Albion Park. 170 and $1 here for the favourite Masterson. 217 were Robbie Orber's thoughts. Masterson on top from Pacific's Mate. That's an old Alexander horse too, isn't it? Pacific's Mate. It is. And always had good gate speed too, so you would say barrier 1 should suit it. Well, it's been a bit of a drifter on track from a point outside the each way to 3 points better now. But back when the West was very young, there lived a man named Masterson. Remember Bet Masterson? Yeah, well, you break out into song every time this horse comes up. Oh, do I? Yeah, the Alzheimer's started to set in, is it? At $1.70. Actually, 5.30 is pretty skinny compared to what they're betting on track, actually, about Pacific's Mate. Robbie's third pick here was King Tolai. Now, 10.70 is double what you're getting on track about King Tolai. It's the overs. It's only a point better than the each way on track. And they're the top three. Outside that, it's double figure odds the rest of the field. Trois Frere and Smooth Lock are on the middle of the double figure line. Looks to be a moral Masterson if the betting ring is any guide. 4's on. All right, we might have a sneaky look at Globe Derby as well too, if I can. Oh, sorry, Ben, I'm holding up a little bit of paper here to have a talk to my producer about in a moment or two, but I'll let you know what that is in a moment. But let's have a quick look here at Albion Park. Now, this is the third leg of the quaddie here. Bobby Kane saw it 5 to beat 2 and 7. His top pick here, which is Jammin' at 3.10. That's what Hutchie was doing last night on the dance floor. Plenty of it at 3.10 and $1.
What about that country music? It's very tiring to dance for that.
You want to get something done about your legs.
What, I'm not going to shave them like you have.
No. They just, you and one of the Peace Boys, I've never seen two blokes move like it on the dance floor.
What do you mean?
Well, you sort of move pretty well for an old bloke.
Why should I get something done about the legs?
Well, your legs were going in all directions.
That's how you dance.
Yeah, doesn't the top half of your body allowed to move?
Who are you to talk? What would you know about dancing anyway? I think by that stage the top half was dead and the bottom half was still alive.
Well, how can I sit up and turn around and say, mate, you did look real good on the dance floor last night. I was praising you up.
I felt I looked good.
Someone else looked good, yes. 5.27.
I didn't feel too good this morning, I know that.
What's that, XJ6? Yeah. Simple as it sounds too. XJ, is that a headache or is that a band out there I can hear?
Itchy Feet Band.
Sorry, who is it?
The Itchy Feet Band.
The what? Itchy Feet Band?
Itchy Feet Band.
Oh.
The tinea specialist.
The tinea specialist. Oh, Brendan. That's what my head sounded like this morning. Bang, 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 bang. Robbie's got a quick interview, and I'm not too sure who it's with, so let's go trackside and find out, as we're both sort of leaning a bit here to start, but are we not?
All right, all the drivers will be summoned into the steward's room. I think Mr. Lawler's going to have a chat to them before the race, I suppose. Make sure you're all on your best behaviour, John.
Yeah, I guess that, you know, just to tell everybody not to get too keen going into the first turn, keep it a clean race, you know, the usual thing, I suppose.
Well, it's going to be very important at that first couple of 100 metres, and I suppose when you look at Shaker Maker, you've drawn out in 6. We know he's got a lot of speed, but there's a lot of speed inside you too, isn't there?
Oh, yeah. It's a tricky draw, and, you know, it's just a pity he didn't draw a bit closer.
Yeah. The horse, from an outside point of view, I would suggest you would have him spot on for tonight.
Oh, he's full of himself. He's been, the last 2 days, he's just been peaking, and I'd say that I reckon he's pretty much 100% at the moment.
Yeah. Just your pre-race plans, what are you thinking early?
Wait and see. I'm not going to make a decision until I'm going up to the mobile, because I just want to get a feel for what everyone else wants to do and just play it by ear. You know?
Yeah. Safe and sound, the stable mate. How is he?
Yeah, good. He's really, really well, and you know, he's going to run a good race tonight.
All right, John. We wish you all the best with your 2 horses tonight.
Thanks, Rob.
John Justice, Racing Albion Park.
Favourite Masterson came out okay. Pacific's Mate began brilliantly from the inside. He'll hold out Masterson into the first turn. Smooth Lock began okay. King Tolai is wide, then another stubbies. Supreme Justice is firing through onto the back of Pacific's Mate, then Inner Adam. Another stubbies was caught 3 wide on the first bend, then Kaboom, Jurassic Jack and Trois Frere at the tail. Masterson, it took him 300 metres, but he got to the front, the long odds-on favourite. King Tolai is taking on Masterson in the early stages. Masterson in front, though. from King Tolai, and Pacific's Mate was third. Smooth Lock fourth, 1 out and 1 back. Supreme Justice popped away from the insides, now 3 back on the outside of Inner Adam. Then Kaboom, Jurassic Jack, Trois Frères second last, and another Stubbies is last of all. 37.4 the lead time, by far and away the fastest of the night, and he leads by 2 lengths Masterson. Out 3 wide, Smooth Lock moves to second. Pacific's Mate was third. King Tolai into the 1 out 1 back trail. The inside Inner Adam, then Supreme Justice, Kaboom. The inside another Stubbies, Jurassic Jack second last, and Trois Frères at the tail. At the end of the first quarter, it's Masterson in front. The first quarter posted in 32.5, so Ian McMahon was able to back off the speed. Masterson leads by a length over Smooth Lock. Pacific's Mate was third. 1 up, 1 back, King Tolai. Here's Jack. Jurassic Jack around the field, 3 wide, then Inner Adam, the inside of Supreme Justice. Trois Frères onto the back of Jurassic Jack. Another Stubby second last, and Kaboom dropped out to the tail end of the field, but joins the 3 wide line. 900 to run, and the leader was Masterson. Leads by a length over Smooth Lock. Jurassic Jack out 3 wide. Pacific's Mate starts to pull hard behind the leader. Then King Tolai. Inner Adam, the inside of Supreme Justice. Trois Frères tracks up 3 wide behind Jurassic Jack. Kaboom second last, and another Stubbies at the tail. Masterson in front, leads by a half length over Smooth Lock. Pacific's Mate was third. 3 wide Jurassic Jack, then King Tolai. Inner Adam, Trois Frères, Supreme Justice. Second last Kaboom, and last of all was another Stubbies. Masterson travelling okay, leads by a length over Smooth Lock. Pacific's Mate was third. Look around, Mac had a peep, and Masterson leads by 2 lengths over Smooth Lock. Third Pacific's Mate, then King Tolai. Trois Frères to the outsides, running on into a place, then Jurassic Jack, in Adam, Kaboom, Supreme Justice, and another Stubbies at the tail. Masterson in front as they straighten up. Trois Frères running on, Smooth Lock still there, then Pacific's Mate. Masterson in front, Smooth Lock and Trois Frères trying hard. Masterson under the stick, Trois Frères running on with Smooth Lock. Masterson sitting down, Trois Frères is flying home. Masterson has fallen into wind from Trois Frères and Smooth Lock. Kaboom's run fourth just in front of Inner Adam and King Tolai. Then another Stubby, Supreme Justice. Pacific's Mate got tired, and Jurassic Jack at the tail end of the field.
Okay, numbers 293 here. Masterson for Ian McMahon at 4's on $1.30, and we've seen tonight a couple of horses look like getting beaten, and a little bit earlier on in the Millennium Mile here. The same applied to probably Lyle Creek, but good horses, quality horses always tend to find a little bit dig very deep to win.
Klaus Koch, the Swedish administrator who runs probably one of the biggest trotting races in the world. And he's inviting this horse to go to Sweden, and the horse is going. No,
Lyle Creek.
Lyle Creek. Yeah. And from what Tim Butt told me last night at the function, the horse is definitely going. So that'll be a terrific coup for Solvala Raceway and for the elite lot to see Lyle Creek, and I think there's going to be a lot of Australian and Kiwi interest in that race.
That was a sensational run tonight. One of the best races you've ever seen.
158, parked 3 wide, in the wind, on a track that's probably not 100%. Absolutely brilliant. 293
at Albion Park in the third leg of the quaddie up there. Masterson, 130, $1.10. Second horse home, Trois Frères, $2.50. Third horse home, number 3, Smooth Lock, $2.70. 4's on, the winner. Second horse, Trois Frères, at 14s. Third horse, number 3, Smooth Lock, also at 14s. Globe Derby, this is due at 9:52, Billy, and we're starting to count down to the big one of the night here at 10:05. And Bobby Kane saw them 5.27.
Have we seen any touch on Interdominion?
We've had a little glance at various times through the night.
Was there anything startling that was thrown up?
Yes, the startling thing is that Breeny's fellow not so much has had good support from the point of view. Have a look here. Oh, he's at the 13. He was $9 before.
Is that right?
He was $9. So the locals are sticking with him.
You quite often get a lot of variables, and this is, I guess, the odds against Courage Under Fire is a bit of a surprise. Slug of Gin's good value at the $6.70. Shaker Maker, well, he's the one that is representing Victoria, so the Vics have really thrown behind him. But you're right, Captain Rufus, Breeny's fella rather, at $14. Probably doesn't represent his true chance in the race, and what a terrible shame that Ted Demler with both his horses drew so poorly, 12 and 13.
Well, I can tell you he's nearly double those odds on track anyhow, Breeny's fellow with bookmakers. With Courage Under Fire, as expected, the very short price favourite. Just quickly here at Globe Derby, 6 minutes of betting time left, and here's Jared laying the law down to the boys tonight, because remember, of course, they're racing for big dollars. And this is a little bit reminiscent of Golden Slipper, Blue Diamonds, Melbourne Cups, you name it, where all the drivers have spoken to.
Craig Demler at the back there, Colin de Philippi. All the boys listening intently. Fastest in. There's Dick Hancock, he's heard it all before.
Of $1 million tonight is what they're chasing. And all the boys, and I think we're pretty lucky that our cameras are allowed in to,
Yeah, my word.
to capture all this. We didn't have
Nice
a bit
into
of sound
sleep,
there.
he's relaxing before the race.
Slug of gin. A lot
Alan
of people
Donahue
expect
and
the horse to go pretty well.
American colours.
And these boys, well, a lot at stake very, very shortly tonight. Odds upon Jammin, number 5 at 160. Direct Cindy in the market at half the each way. 860 is huge overs. Others, XJ6 at a point better than each way. Name your price. Oh, sorry, Clonmel is double the each way. He's the only other horse that's under double figure odds. All right, Billy, we'll take a break. We'll come back with Globe Derby, and then it's on. The big one of the night.
My word. So have you got something?
This is an important announcement to all harness racing fans. Harness racing will not be telecast on Channel 31 after Saturday night, February 26. To continue to enjoy harness action, we recommend you subscribe to pay television, either Foxtel or Optus. Contact your preferred pay TV distributor now to avoid disappointment.
You know, it's not that long ago a tobacco company would have been advertising here. But since Vic Health got involved in sport, the message today is all about improving your health. Around the track, just some of the changes we've seen are the smoke-free areas, healthier foods, responsible alcohol practices, and the SunSmart message getting through. Altogether, it adds up to an important relationship between Vic Health and Victorian sport, benefiting all Victorians.
Proudly sponsored by the TAB. To find out how to open a telephone betting account, call 131 802. The TAB. Get that winning feeling.
Squeal, call me out. Squeal, Monday, we're waiting for you, We're still waiting.
This is an important announcement to all harness racing fans. Harness racing will not be telecast on Channel 31 after Saturday night, February 26. To continue to enjoy harness action, we recommend you subscribe to pay television, either Foxtel or Optus. Contact your preferred pay TV distributor now to avoid disappointment.
Welcome back. We're all having a little bit of a laugh about our, I was going to say carnival party. Well, I suppose you could call it that last night.
Yeah, it was very fun.
At Crown, and I don't think I've met anyone yet who didn't enjoy themselves last night. One person who wasn't there, but he's busy the mounting out at the moment, focused on what he has to do. Here's Rob.
Yes, thanks, Rob. Well, we've saved ourselves for this big night here tonight. And this is the race that we've been talking about for over 12 months, the Tabcorp Interdom 2000 Pacing Championship Final. $1 million up for grabs. We've got a terrific lineup. We've got probably the best horses available engaged here tonight. I'm joined by John Dunn from Harness Racing Weekly and, of course, Channel 31. And a lot of people around this parade ring, John, looking forward to this big race.
They are, Rob. They're milling around. You can see the bleachers are chock full, and the drivers are now getting the last-minute instructions from the trainers, and the horses are all ready for. And there's no doubt that the concept has worked. I think, Rob. The idea was $1 million race. You want your best 12 to get to the starter, and perhaps bar Christian Cullen, the best 12 are in it.
Well, looking at the horses going around the parade yard, they all look well. You couldn't fault any of the runners.
No. Some of these have raced each week, and some like Shaker Maker, Rob, of course, have only raced twice in the throughout the carnival. So, but all of them are in tip-top condition, and just gets down there a bit of luck, and whoever gets the best run on the race.
Courage Under Fire. He's gone into this series under a cloud right throughout each week at a carnival. Tonight, he may be peaking at probably his best run of the 5 weeks.
I've no doubt. I've no doubt he'll beat his peak tonight. And yes, it's my well have worked against him early in the series, but we saw last week that he's back to his brilliant best, and another week's work, uninterrupted work under his belt, and you'll see the very best of Courage Under Fire tonight, I'm sure.
The start's going to be so important here, John. So many people have different opinions. Some people believe Courage Under Fire will lead. Some people believe Slug of Gin will lead. Some people believe Shaker Maker may surprise them.
I spoke to Stuart Hunter, the trainer of Slug of Gin, last Sunday morning, and that was prior to the barrier draw, of course, and he said that if Slug of Gin draws the front row, there's not a horse in the land that would hold him out. And I've no doubt, last night I spoke the connections, and they'll turn the handlebars down, and Slug of Gin, I think you'll find, will go to the front, and Courage Under Fire might be quite happy to sit on his back in the sprint lane.
Your top 3, John?
I've tipped on top Slug of Gin. He hasn't run a bad race, hasn't finished further back than 4th in his 11 runs since coming to Australia. He's now drawn a barrier. He's a brilliant beginner. He's very strong and tough, and if he settles, he'll be the one to beat. The heart says Courage Under Fire like everyone else, and for third, of course, the local hope Shaker Maker. And for those who like having an each-way bet, one of good odds, I think Happy Asset. Anthony Abbott always seems to have good luck in big races. He's a great big race driver, and he might be the one on an each-way basis.
Runners going out onto the track here for the big one here tonight. Jerry Lawler called all the drivers in the room. He had a few messages: take care, stop, straighten. Make sure you don't check any of the runners. If there's going to be any interference, he'll be taking action. He wants a clean race. All the drivers were very keen. Racing Adelaide.
Green lights on and away we go. Clonmel showed speed. The favourite Jammin, she's going forward early. XJ6 kicking up on the inside. Clonmel hasn't got across yet, and there's a bit of speed around the first turn. Now the favourite's out 3 wide. Jammin going forward. Clonmel grabs hold. XJ6 out in front. Clonmel facing the breeze. Jammin still 3 wide. Now they're going along fairly solid here. Then behind those, dropping down to the inside in the all-white colours of the club at the present time is Donna Brooke. The stablemate follows it, Anna Lee, and now Jammin on the outside. G still caught 3 wide. Webster kicks up in the centre with Clonmel, so he's given the favourite a hard time here. She's 3 wide out on a limb here, Jammin. Now 1 out and 1 back is Lusty Lenora. Then behind those is Goldover following the 1-1. 3 back the inside was Anna Lee. Right behind it, 4 back was Highfield Select. Then behind those on the outside is Direct Cindy, not getting in the early bustle. Favourite's been 3 wide for a lap. This is her biggest test for sure. Then behind those in second last placing was Dawnbreaker and Handsome Hope at the tail end of the field. They've gone 1 lap. The favourite's still out 3 wide, Jammin. 45.6 was the lead time, and eventually she's going to get to the breeze. Jammin's worked very hard. XJ6 on the inside. Jammin would have to be a super horse to win from there. She's facing the breeze now. She's been 3 wide for the first lap. Clonmel 1 out and 1 back now. Then on the inside, following the leader was Donna Brooke. Lusty Lenora follows the 1-1. She's starting to get up on the still. Annalise on the inside, 3 back. Then Goldover. On the inside was Highfield Select. Here comes the move from the tail end. Dawnbreaker going forward 3 wide. Now Waylon Nielsen stayed in with Direct Cindy. He's about to get a 3 wide trail now. He's going forward quickly with her. And Handsome's Hope at the tail end of the field. First quarter 30.7. Second quarter will be much, much slower. At the winning post, 1 circuit to go, heading towards a half mile. Jammin, the short prize favourite. She's had a torrid run. She's on the outside of XJ6. Out 3 wide is Dawnbreaker. Then behind those on the inside is Donna Brooke. 1 out and 1 back is Clonmel between runners. Direct Cindy, she's travelling well with a 3 wide trail. Annalee on the inside of Lusty Lenora, then Hanson's Hope. It's on the outside of Goldover and Highfield Select on the inside. 33.8 the second quarter, 64.5 the first half. They've hit the 450, and the favourite goes to the lead, Jammin. She's had a very tough run, but she's got the speed to get across in front of XJ6. Here they come out wide. Direct Cindy, she's winding up at the right time. She's coming into the race very strongly. They drop off Dawnbreaker. Clonmel under pressure. Then behind those, Hanson's Hope. Direct Cindy on the outside of Jammin. She's trying to kick back. Direct Cindy on the outside, though. She gets ahead in front. Jammin trying to go with Direct Cindy, but Direct Cindy, she gets a long neck to a metre. What a run, Jammin, but she won't win, or will she? Direct Cindy in front. She gets there by a head. Direct Cindy takes out another classic. Jammin, what a super performance second. 25 metres away, third placing was Dawnbreaker. Goldover out wide, Clonmel, and flashing home was Highfield Select. Then behind those was Annalee, Lusty Lenora, Donna Brooke, Handsome's Hope, and XJ6 finished at the tail end of the field.
Well, Direct Cindy, 2 good horses here, both last start winner. Well, actually, they both won their last 2 here in Jammin and Direct Cindy, but the odds going in the direction of Direct Cindy tonight. good victory, but a good run with the second horse as well.
The winner is Sydney.
Where is Sydney? 2's to 4 to 1. At $8. Oh, gee, there's some overs. Look at that, $8, Billy. And opened up at 2 to 1. Jammin, 6 to 4 on, 7 to 4 started at 3's on. $1.30. Third horse home here, number 10, Dawnbreaker, at 25 to 1. Dawnbreaker returning $3.30. Well, time has come. We've talked about it for many months. Yep. We've talked about it for the last few weeks. It's been on the lips of everybody. So's this little fellow here, Courage Under Fire. Tonight, that driver and his trainer are probably going to go home with a heavy heart because the little fellow they've brought across here from the land of the long white cloud with all the wraps on him has done what he's had to do and get here under a cloud to perform here in this Interdom final. But he stays here. He doesn't go back with the Negus de Philippi camp, which is probably a little bit sad, but he'll make his home here in Australia under the care of Brian Hancock. Can he win tonight?
Oh, of course he can win. He should win. This horse has really peaked at the right time, Courage Under Fire. It's been a remarkable carnival. We've documented the trials and tribulations of this fellow. He had injury problems, he had fitness problems, but his win last week in 155.9, and the way he did it pointed to the fact he is peaking at the right time. Bruce Negus, who lacked confidence during the series with the way the horse was, couldn't be more full of confidence at this stage. In his last run for Bruce, Courage Under Fire, I think he can do it. I think he'll have a lot of sentiment going for him. There's a lot of feeling about the stable change, Courage Under Fire, going from Bruce Negus to Brian Hancock. A lot of sentiment involved. It would be great to see this horse win for that reason, but it'd be great to see a lot of the others win for different reasons. One, Kaima Kid, a very well, an underrated horse, I guess. It's only probably 12 or 18 months ago he was running around at 4 and 5 to 1 in M1 and M2 type races here at Moonee Valley. He has really made his mark since going to Darren Hancock. From barrier 1, a great each-way chance in the race. I don't think he's good enough to win the race, but from barrier 1 he can certainly run the place and he will be driven for luck. 2, Courage Under Fire. A lot of thought has been given to who's going to lead in this race. Courage Under Fire, Slug of Gin, perhaps it could be Admiral's Avenue. I think Kaima Kid might have some sort of say in who leads too, and even Shaker Maker might be firing out of that machine, as John Justice said. He's in there to go and have a look first and see what's happening. But Courage Under Fire is my selection in the race. You have to tip him. 3, Admiral's Avenue. Probably the sleeper of the series, really. He came over here with a long shot win in the West Australian Pacing Cup at Gloucester Park, but his form in this carnival has been superb. He ran a fair 5th in the Hunter Cup, but he's only got better and better during the series. This horse always had a lot of ability. He was trained in Victoria about 6 or 8 months ago, when with Justin Warwick, now back in Perth, but Justin's really got this horse firing. I think he's got the best each-way chance of any of the roughies in the race. 4, Slug of Gin, been dogged by bad barrier draws for the whole carnival. Tonight it finally comes right for Slug of Gin. He's drawn in barrier 4. He's got superlative gate speed. He is a speedster. Some say that the journey might test him. I don't think so. These American horses, if they can run miles in 150, 151, they're stayers, don't you worry about that. 5, Yule Star, very impressive winner of the Hunter Cup a couple of weeks ago. Had the perfect sit. He's done basically everything that's been asked of him in this carnival. His win last week was astonishing when he came from virtually nowhere to get up and beat Old Black Magic. I think it's a little bit of a step up in class for him tonight. I know that he did win the Hunter Cup, but the handicap suited him that night and the position he had in the run. I think he's got a great each-way chance, but that's all you can say about him. I think the other horses are drawn a little bit too well for him. 6, Shaker Maker. He's really been on fire during this series. He rarely loses. He's only been beaten once this season in 6 starts, and that was a gallant second in the Victoria Cup to Breeny's fella after sitting outside the lead in very fast time. And don't forget the horse he set outside Christian Cullen. Well, he ground him into submission, and Christian Cullen will never race again. Not because of what Shaker Maker did to him, because he had an injury, but that was a great effort. 7, Happy Asset. Disappointingly drawn poorly here, because I think he's still got a chance, especially as a roughie in the race. I don't think he should be the 33 to 1 or the $29.80 he is on the TAB, but a lot of luck is needed to win from barrier 7, especially against a field of this quality. 8, Safe and Sound. I did think before last week that his run the previous week had shown me he trained off a little. I'm not so sure after his run last week. He ran 8th of 11, but it wasn't a bad run, and he did sit in the death. He won't be far away. Good each-way chance. And then you've got the roughies. Cole Bruce is entitled to be on his recent form. At it again, I think the barrier draws killed his chance. Captain Rufus the same, and Breeny's fella, who is, it'll be great to see him win for Victoria, but the barrier draw once again hasn't helped.
All right, time for us to go down. Colin Hewitt, we heard her sing unaccompanied last night. We're about to do it again tonight.
So let us rejoice, for we are young and free, with golden soil and wealth for toil. Our home is girt by sea. Our land abounds in nature's gifts of beauty rich and rare. In history's page, let every stage advance Australia fair. In joyful strains, then let us sing, advance Australia.
Well, Billy, it's hard enough to sing to a crowd, and especially when you've got a buzz around the place and a lot of noise, but to sing unaccompanied just proves this lady's lost none of her talent, has it?
No, she certainly hasn't. The Queen of Pop in years gone by, but they say that the voice fades a little bit as you get older, but certainly not with Colleen, and what a great start to the grand final of the biggest Interdom we've ever seen.
Wonderful crowd. We saw some of the trophies there, just a little flash past them. We've had them in our studio tonight looking at them. Absolutely sensational. I know John Hawke from around Silverware, we've praised him up many times here for the beautiful work that he does, but some of that Bohemian crystal is going to adorn some lucky person's mantelpiece tonight. And we're looking at the mounted troopers, we're looking at the crowd. They're 3 and 4 deep right up to the rails. This is what they've come for. The big one of the night, $1 million they're chasing. And the countdown just 2 minutes away. With Courage Under Fire, the odds-on favourite. And there it is. Tabcorp Interdominion 2000, the pacing championship, not far away.
Better do a bit of a ring call for you, something we haven't done. We've gone through all their chances. You can see on the screen the TABs. Kaima Kid in the ring, and I'll give you the prices. God, we've only got 3 weeks to go. They won't sack us now. Kaima Kid is 20s, out to 25s, back into 16s. So the $21.80 is quite good value. Courage Under Fire open up at 4 to 6. He touched 9 to 10, 10 to 9 on, or $1.90 in terms. He's now back into 4 to 5. Admiral's Avenue, 14s, out to 16s, been spec'd into 15s. Number 4, Slug of Gin, easy at the moment. 4's into 7 to 2, now back out to 5s. Number 5, Yule Star is steady at 12s. Number 6, Shaker Maker, 5s, out to 11 to 2 and back into 9 to 2. Happy Asset is 25s to 33s. Safe and Sound's been spec 20s, 25s, back into 20s. Cole Bruce, much the same, 66s out to 100s, back into 60s. That might be Steve Single, New South Wales bookmaker, having a bet back there because he has stood the horse very heavily. Number 10 at it again, 80s to 100s. Captain Rufus, 66s to 125s. And Breeny's Fella, 25s out to 33s. That's the betting ring call for Interdom 2000.
And Hutchie's money's on what?
Well, I'm hoping for Admiral's Avenue. I did back him pre-post, and he hasn't disappointed me through the whole series. My heart and everyone else's heart says Courage Under Fire. My head says Courage Under Fire. I really haven't got too involved in this race. I've had something on Admiral's Avenue and I'll be kicking it home.
Actually, I'm kicking myself and I'll bring it down. I did put it to one side. I had the pre-post markets for the start of the Interdom.
Oh, right,
and I was interested just to compare the prices of what you could have got at the start of betting to what they're offering here on track tonight.
Well, Courage Under Fire has been one of the most alarming ones. I think it might have even got out to 5 or 6 to 1 at one stage after opening up favourite. And now, of course, it's odds on favourite. And who would have known the barrier draw?